All right, y'all, it's time for One Piece Volume 1. That's right. I was asking some questions as I was watching the episodes. I was asking about Luffy's eye scar, and people were saying that it is explained in the manga like right away. And my understanding is that this is episodes 1 through 4 of the anime. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to share some of my thoughts about it. These will be my reactions to One Piece Volume 1 manga. It's literally... It's the first page! It's the first page! Like, that goes like, okay, technically speaking, it's the second page. So the pirates dock into this peaceful town. And Luffy's like, well, y'all better take me seriously. I'm tough. And just, what the? Okay, I think I get why they didn't show this in the anime, but like, damn, that goes hard. What the heck? Oh my gosh, in the anime, I saw Luffy wearing that anchor shirt, and I thought that that was like, you know, kind of talking about how he would be an anchor for the crew or something, or just had a deeper meaning. And then in the manga, they're like, oh, we call you anchor because you can't swim, you just sink. So why did they make such a big point of him being a good swimmer in the anime? And they still had the anchor shirt on. Okay, yeah, it's just like, we call you anchor because you can't swim, you're just gonna sink. Shanks is laughing at him. All right. Okay, another small difference. The drink that Shanks gives him to be like, you're a baby, is milk instead of juice. But in the anime, it's juice. Small changes. Okay, so now he's setting a goal to learn to swim by the time that they are going to leave the town. So that like makes it even more of a crushing thing. And I guess maybe they truncated it. They wanted to kind of keep in that feeling of like him having a goal and that goal being taken away by this new thing. But I don't know. Interesting. There's also like a lot more character building happening here. Like the first mate, we get to talk to him for a little bit and he explains, you know, why the captain's not going to bring him. Though I guess you know, you can infer that. That's fair enough, you know, but still interesting. Okay, so Luffy is pissed that Shanks didn't fight that guy for being a jerk. And he's like, I'm going to go find a real role model. Okay. And then this is how we get the reveal that he ate the gum fruit, which I really... Oh, that's cool. That looks really cool. Like with the armchairs and boing behind him. And they're all like, oh, why is he stretching? Crap, you know? I like that a lot better. I don't know. This is really cool. I like the style of art in the manga. Like, I like it better, I think, than I do in the anime. I don't notice like the big hands as much or whatever. But yeah, that's, I don't know. It's cool. It's charming. I like that reveal. Yeah, so this is where the reveal is. You ate the gum fruit. That's going to make you rubber and stretchy, but you can never swim for the rest of your life, which just hits a lot harder when he's like, I'm determined. I'm going to learn to swim. I'm going to make that my goal. And now he ate this fruit and he can't ever like achieve that goal. I don't know. Yeah, that hits a little bit harder than just like, oh, you were a good swimmer. Now you can't swim. So I wonder why they decided to change that. But I like this version better. Okay, so it's like the little things, but in the anime I was so confused because it just kind of cut from, they were in the bar with the pirates, the mountain bandits were talking their crap, Luffy's pissed, and then all of a sudden Luffy is fighting with these bandits, and I didn't understand it. In the manga, it's like, oh, the pirates left to go on a little adventure, and then Luffy is in the bar, the pirates are gone, and then the mountain bandits come back, and this is like months later. That was not clear at all. And I don't know, I just like this first issue that's going over like the whole Shanks story. I think they just are spending a little more time sitting in that, and maybe it was a little rushed in the anime, but interesting. Yeah, this hits just as hard in the manga or the anime. You can pour drinks on me, you can do whatever you want, but don't mess with my friends. I'm Shanks. Yeah, and super clear here that the mountain bandits are talking crap about Shanks, and that's what pisses Luffy off. It makes him start the fight with the mountain bandits. So like Shanks and Luffy, like a mutual protective society. That's really cool. Okay, small thing, but I like that they make it clear in the manga that Shanks said to Luffy, bring me back the hat when you become a great pirate, right? Like, I wanted Luffy to hear those words of encouragement from Shanks in the anime, and so like that flowed a lot nicer in the manga, so that was cool. Okay, so here we see Luffy setting out from the village. He's got that barrel on his little boat, so I think that's gonna come in handy, and he's messing with this sea creature, and he's like, here's an attack I've been practicing. Gum pistol! Like, damn! Boom! This page is beautiful, I love it. Dude, the art in the manga I like a lot. This is really cool, and the action, sick. So him hitting into a whirlpool and being in that barrel hits so much harder when you know he can't swim. Like when you see him just like floating and bobbing in that barrel, like that makes so much more sense why he was doing that and how he was able to like get to that new ship. So that's cool. Yeah. So when Luffy's in the barrel and he pops out on the ship, you know, he thought he was in a whirlpool. He thought he was going to die. And now all of a sudden he's bobbing along and here he is. He didn't even know what was going on when he came out of that thing. He's like, oh man, I was so dizzy. I thought I was going to barf. And then he's just like on this ship with these other pirates. Like the flow of this is better. That's for sure. And they definitely show Alvida being a lot more cruel to Kobe. So that stinks. Kobe is so intense. He's just yelling all the time. I missed Kobe. I'm happy to see him again. Hell yeah, give Kobe a dinghy. He's gonna join the Navy. I love how immediately, like the contrast, you know, Luffy's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. And Kobe's like, no way, you can't do that. It's crazy. Why would you think that? And Kobe's like, I want to be in the Navy. And Luffy's like, yeah, B, you're gonna be in the Navy, dude, and I'm gonna help you get there. Yeah, Luffy is ride or die, dude. Also, Zoro. It's not R, but I guess, you know, because of the closeness between L and R for American audiences, they just changed it to Zoro. Okay, interesting. So this is a little bit of a different take on Zoro here. He's tied up and he's trying to get Luffy to come free him. And he's like, you know, come over here and untie me. I've been here for 9 days. I can't take it anymore. I'll capture someone. I'll give you the bounty. Totally different attitude than him trying to prove himself that he can last the 30 days and like letting himself get captured and stuff. So, okay. I think in this case, I kind of like the animes take better so far, but we'll keep reading and see what happens. Freaking Helmeppo. I did not miss Helmeppo, you little dinker. Okay, so they do have the whole like, I just need to survive for 30 days and I'm a free man thing in the manga too. But he just, I guess, was going back and forth. I mean, a natural reaction. You're out in the sun. You haven't eaten in 9 days. You want someone to untie you. I don't know. Okay. Whack! Yeah, always nice to see Helmeppo getting punched in the face. That's always a nice scene. Damn, okay. In the manga, Captain Morgan killed the guy who defied him. His orders about the girl, and like they made it clear. That was a little more gruesome there. But yeah, made it very clear that this is a bad fella. Oh, I'm loving this like extra backstory with Kuina here, and maybe they show it later in the anime, but just the extra background into who she is and that they were in a dojo together, and her talking about basically how the patriarchy is trying to keep her down because her father says she can't become a great swordsman because she's a woman, and she's thinking about how she wishes she was a boy so she could live her dreams. Now, her saying that men become stronger than women and at some point she won't be able to keep up anymore. Okay. Calm down. Plenty of great women at swords and women who are strong at martial arts and all that stuff, but still some interesting gender commentary and thoughts in this, so that's cool. So his promise, oh yeah, and then Zoro comes in and he's like, it's nothing to do with being a boy or a girl. I'm training all the time to beat you. Like, I'm gonna beat you one day because I worked hard to do it. Like, that's awesome. And then the promise to each other is that one of them is gonna become the greatest swordsman and they're gonna duel each other. That's awesome. Okay. I love that. Oh no. A page later, she fell down the stairs and she died? Oh no. And so Zoro has to keep the promise for her memory? Oh, that's sad. The original Helmeppo, he said he designed Helmeppo first, and this was his first swag at the father. I kind of love that. He was going to call him Captain Chop. That's cool. I like that. They did a really good job with these like epic shots. So you see like this epic shot of Zoro with the swords. They did a really good job in the anime with that. And then also with Shanks, like the kind of iconic page where you find out he lost his arm. So yeah, they did a really good job with those like memorable, really well framed shots. Dang, yeah, the Gum Gum Whip. That's sick. Yeah, Helmeppo getting punched. Heck yeah. Okay, one thing I like is that Zoro's in right away. He's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, so we gotta get the One Piece. And Kobe's like, you guys are gonna go to the Grand Line, just the two of you? And Zoro's just like, well, yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go after One Piece, then that's where we gotta go. He's just in. He's in immediately. He's like, that's it, you know, I'm in the crew, I'm a pirate now. We're going to get the One Piece. I like that. It's a good attitude. No orange Scampy Girl. So that's a change I do really like that the anime did. We had orange Scampy Girl woven in from the beginning, so I do appreciate that. She has not made an appearance yet here. So it says they're heading to the Grand Line. Neither of them realizing they've made one great mistake. Is it that they didn't bring any food? It's probably the navigator thing, but also I don't know how much food they have, and they're hungry boys. Name diddly diddly doo. This is so cute though. Look at that. Ooh, little puff puffs. Zoro's like, we need to recruit a navigator as soon as possible. We don't know where we are. And Luffy's like, yeah, and a cook and a musician. He's got a whole plan. He knows what the layout of his crew he wants it to be. That's awesome. Buggy ship. How cool. Dun dun. Don't touch the hat. All right, so I finished volume 1. Dang, it's so cool. I actually haven't read a lot of manga. I just started reading the Naruto manga. I'm on like volume 7 or 8 of that, and I've been really enjoying it. I met an artist at Comic-Con, and we were talking about anime and manga, and he had so much appreciation for the art in manga, and he was talking a lot about how it inspired him and how he really loved the different art styles. And I don't know, he had such like this like love in his heart of manga and the creators. It just really like got me going. I was like, I gotta read some manga, man. He's right. That's the original like intention. That's the way the original vision was meant to be. I am becoming more and more into the manga piece of things. I've read a bunch of American comics. I don't know, I just never did it. I just never read a lot of manga, but this was great. This was a strong opening. I mean, I guess I get why they rearranged things for the anime, and it still works and it's still good, but you know, I like this. I like kind of like getting right into the characters' motivations and knowing a little bit more about who they are, and I feel like this delivered a little bit more into like, you know, what drives Luffy, what drives Zoro, and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm gonna go watch a few more episodes of the anime and record that soon. So we'll have some more reaction videos coming there. But thanks for the heads up, folks, that the reason behind the eye was in the manga. And I'm really glad I read this. I'm really glad I know about that now. It makes a lot more sense that way. So anyway, catch you next time. Thanks.